A client signed TikTok to me even before the appointment had ever started. So here's the thing. I have been showing up on YouTube every single day for the last 8 months. And, just like my thing was to showcase what it is that I'm doing so people understand and have the clarity and not get me confused as a someone who like helps with their skills or whatever. But no, it's more about how they should see themselves, show up, identity, all those 9 yards, right? So this person, I'm still a British Sign Language interpreter. I still go out there in the field doing my job here and there. I have clients. I get asked to speak, train, all that 9 yards, right? And the purpose of coming online was to just get the clarity so people understand and start really, giving value for those who where I was in the beginning. And I don't want that because you sometimes co-work with people and then you can see like, oh my gosh, babe, you got this, but you don't believe you got it, right? So let's do that. So I started like showing up here. So now my whole premise was just to like just come up and do like keep showing up, right? And I went into this appointment to introduce myself. I'm reception myself. I'm just speaking and just like saying, okay, I'm here for the blah blah blah. This is it. Okay, yeah, the client hasn't arrived. And okay, you can go and wait, and when they come, we'll let them know. And they're about to now go and sit in the waiting area, right? And then I'm seeing someone going, "Oh, you're the interpreter." I'm like, "Yeah." I mean, I haven't got no badge on me. I haven't got anything. How do you know I'm the interpreter? Yeah. So I was like taken aback. Like, how do you know I'm her? Because I don't have nothing. So I was like, how'd you know I'm interpreter? Like, I'm nosy like that. She's like, oh, TikTok. I was like, oh, okay. Oh, yeah. I saw you from TikTok. And I smiled. They're like, hi. Yeah, I watch your stuff. Da, da, da. I was like, it was good. And we sat down. She's so lovely. Got to know her and everything. And just the order was just, it never like, yeah, she's something from there. Okay. Let's do the work now. And now I'm now thinking, okay, then I be best behavior. I was like, stop all that crappiness now. And then I work on the identity stuff you talk about and then do the job. Okay, this is not just do the stuff. And it turned out to be a lovely appointment. If anything, she was more shy and embarrassed, like, oh my gosh, I'm talking about all this stuff. Like, hey, I am doing my job. It's part of the code of conduct. I'm not like this is so I had to like reassure her because it was like she's more like, oh. She felt like she knows me, but I don't know you. But don't worry, this is a professional setting. We're here to do a role. It was fun. The officer themselves or the clinician was very yeah, because it was one of those, there's some jobs you just do like a regular and some that it's not the norm. It's not what the average person will go through or experience and stuff like that. And this was one of those bookings. And in that moment, like it just got me thinking, like, my goodness, she recognized me. And it reminded me of the very first time somebody noticed me, another client. So I went in to do this home visit with an officer. We met, the instruction was to meet at the entrance. We met, knocked on the door, we went in together, and it was like a mental health visit, kind of like just check in and stuff like that. We got in and she was like, oh, like down and all or whatever. I'm just moody. And as soon as she saw me, she was like, you look, it never crossed my mind. She's like, you, like you. So I had to keep voicing for the office, so she knows what's going on. I'm like, you. I'm like, yeah, you. Like, what's you? I'm like, okay, me. Okay, I've worked with you before, right? Or like, no, you, internet. I saw you on the internet. So I had to keep voicing, remember? The internet. I'm like, oh, okay. So now the officer is intrigued. She's now looking like she's saying you, and you're you're on the internet. So I can only imagine what she's going on through her head. And then this now, she's now like giddy, like, You're always dancing on the internet. I was like, oh my gosh. And now the office is like, looking me up and down the dancer. Like, okay, you dance on the internet? I used to say, I tried to just quicken that. Like, we're talking a couple of years ago when I used to, she's like, you dance. And I don't really, it's not dancing. You know, like one of those, like, those trends where you have to, like, point or whatever, or you do, or like, yeah, but babe was saying I was dancing. So, an awkward situation. Now, the officer is intrigued, and I'm like, let's move on. Let's focus on what we came here for. Let's do the job, right? Let's focus, people. And then she's there, like, it was the funniest interaction, my first one, and it was just like, oh, okay. People like, it's dancing that you notice that I do. Is it the dancing? Really? Okay, let's go. And it was just so funny that that was kind of like the first one. And then is it colleagues? I'll go and meet like a colleague and be like, oh man, I've seen you somewhere. And like, have we worked together? I don't know. Your face looks familiar. I don't know where. And I'm like, where? I don't know. Like, I mean, names might be tricky for me, but faces, I do tend to remember faces somewhat nowadays. I just like, God, we kept, we did a job, or I was doing I was one of those unique ones where I was interpreting, or I was booked to interpret, and for the, again, officer, I keep calling everybody officers, okay? She's an officer, and they had an advocate who is deaf, and the advocate came with their own interpreter. So it's that interpreter that was saying, I've seen you somewhere. I've seen your face. Like, where? And now I have to, like, do my thing. You know that, like, back in the day, that would have thrown me off. Like, now, people who know signs are now like watching me, making sure, and like all those things that would have taken me off the, like, highs or whatever. But just like, no, 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 walked on my shoes and like did my thing. And then at the end, he's like, you know how you did that sign, man? I'm taking that. Oh, please. And enjoy and stuff like that. But I've seen you somewhere, but I don't know where. Da, da, da. Couple of days later, she just popped up in my feed and like, hey, now I know where I saw you from. She messaged me on Instagram. Was like, oh, hi, okay. Do. And it's like, yeah, I even know I've been following you forever. Like, I just, and it got me thinking, like, there are people like who, like, like on Instagram, I average about 300 views right now, and probably about 10 or so likes. In But when you look at the number, 300 people, but those are people that I don't even know who they are. People who clicked on the like, at least I know who I like it, right? But these other people, I have no concept of who. So there are people who are watching. And this is me back in the day who used to hide. I used to hide who I was. I used to hide, like, if people found out I was dyslexic. I remember the very first time I said online that I was, the worry, like, okay, I might lose work, or people might not want to work with me again when they know, or is it the case of um colleagues know, like, like all that stuff, right? Always terrified of being seen. Like, who's seeing, what colleagues are seeing me there? I've had situations where I'll meet someone that I've like maybe trained together or stuff like that. It's like, oh, how is your internet thing going? I'm like, how do you know I'm on the internet? They are watching. People are watching. I had to keep reminding myself. Or how I will also know that some colleagues are watching is where I would say something like a contram post, or like my view, and it would be like, oh no, but yeah, that's an old news. Or no, maybe that's maybe they have already agreed, like, oh, you're here. I'm trying to pose what I'm saying. You're watching. You're seeing my stuff. And before, in the beginning, when I started showing up, it used to give me the answer of like, oh my gosh, what are they gonna say? How they gonna feel? Like, I'm trying to do this, who do I think I am? Like, because it's been an evolution. Because I was one time I wanted to be I wanted to focus on deaf people themselves, because of like I saw similarities in me and them, and it was just this hoo-ha, especially during that lockdown season where it was now like, oh, now every hearing person is trying to, you know, take like, you know what? No, 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 no. Over here, we don't do stress. We don't do anything that would, no. So I just like gave that up. Let me go to my introverted people. Introverted people didn't work. I'm like, you know what? I'm cool working with new people. And I can see, and after the time we've worked a day, and it's like, oh, thank you so much. I'm like, I best go and just speak to this online than trying to speak to other things that, because this is my truth. And just spending time and just reassuring them. And you can just see them going from this coming in to like, and it's like, whoa, night and day. You walking in and how they're walking out or how they're going home is a whole different person. It's like, I'm so glad, like, baby, it's you. I just reminded you what is already in you. So it's not, you did that. Okay. So yeah. So this is like how it was for me. And it wasn't a case of like, okay, I'm doing it so that I can. It was just I wanted to give the value and the thing. So my thing was you know, doing my thing wasn't necessarily chasing visibility. It was just something like the byproduct of it, or the byproduct of, okay, you wanting to let people know how you can support, how you can help, how you can, whatever that is. The token of that is people see you, or people who are like not your champions will see that too. And it is okay to just keep showing up, because not everyone's going to be okay with everything that you're doing. And when people, I've even had situations where somebody DM me and said, Nene, can you come and do this job for me? Like, are you available to do this job? And I'm like, actually, I don't do those kind of jobs anymore, but thank you so much for asking. I appreciate the thing. Okay, can you do this one then? And then someone is asking, it's like, no, I just don't do those kind of bookings anymore. And it's like those kind of things when people start seeing you, and how I used to show up in the beginning, I thought I had to be this kind of person or have to show up in a certain way. But now just like I just have to show us me, and it's okay. And if that move on from online to being seen outside, because now I'm doing trainings and stuff like that. I'm now saying, oh my goodness, I did a training and the guy's like, oh my gosh, like what's going on? It's the word. It's not the desire, but it is, as long as what I'm doing gives that person, oh my gosh, I never thought about it that way. Or like, yes, me too. And now I can see what I can do different. That's my, then the today's video has done its job. It has done what it set out to do. And when people then send me messages like, then okay, how can I work with you? What is this? How does it work? I'm like, okay, let's do it. But the thing is, like, whatever it is that you're doing, you have to go through that discomfort to get to that point where it becomes comfortable. If you look back to the videos when I started 8 months ago, how I'm showing up right now is not how I was showing up there. I was very more like a newscaster, reporting the anchor news of how this is going to be and how whatever. And over time, as I started showing up, it became we're just having a cup of, a cup. I'm having hot chocolate. I don't know what you're having. Let me know in the comment section below. We're just having conversation and then just talking about stuff and talking about how we can just have that perspective shift, how we can get that aha and get the awareness so we can start doing the work to get that clarity. So yes, that's. So me, people wasn't the thing that was the reason why I'm doing this. It's just a byproduct. And if you're still here and you want to know more about, just get to know the inner sides of every other, subscribe. Subscribe here, and then yeah, so that you will be notified when I come in and yap my way out and just tell you as it is. Because um because if you've ever created something online, You have to show up for it. You can't not just expect, like, I've done something. Okay, now people are going to know I want to come and work with you, or no, I come and start buying. You have to be willing to go through that discomfort, to showcase yourself so that the right people can see you. Because every you being here doesn't mean everyone following you is ever going to buy from you or is ever going to want to work with you or ever going to, but they will get something, and that's okay. And they might see you, it's a byproduct. It's all good. Just keep focusing on your reason why you're doing what you're doing. I keep reminding, like, I know why I do this, and that's why I've been here. It's been what, on YouTube? 8 months. Every single day. Long form. We're not talking about short, we're talking about real. We're talking about long form conversation we're having. And it's evolving. The way I'm showing up is evolving, and how so yeah, do you. And don't let anyone else dim your light. I am Nene. We do this every single day. Remember, your voice matters, and it is your time to use it. Bye for now.